Good day. It's Jeremy from Rapido Trains Inc. again. I'm here today to talk to you about Roadbed for your model railroad. The real railroads have rights-of-way that are slightly elevated from the surrounding landscape in order to facilitate drainage, and you should do the same on your layout, at least when depicting mainline track just like this. Roadbed on your layout serves double duty. Not only does it provide a visual enhancement, but it also dampens the sound from running trains so it doesn't reverberate through your benchwork. So today we're going to demonstrate just how easy it is to create that look of raised track by building ourselves a little display diorama. Now I took the liberty of preparing the base for our diorama before the show by affixing some 1-inch pink foam to this pine board. But from here on out we're going to do things in real time. So let's get started. So the first step is to get ourselves some roadbed material. Now for many years the tried and tested go-to has been a product called Homosote, which is basically a sound deadening fiberboard. So let's get out to the shop and cut ourselves off a strip, shall we? Did somebody put this here? Hello? Yeah? Oh, okay, understood. Okay, bye. So that was the 1950s calling, and they want their roadbed material back. So after a whole bunch of research, I discovered that we actually developed our own in-house solution for roadbed here at Rapido. I present to you the Rapido Noise Killer Roadbed Material stuff. Right here. Featuring a durable and acoustically superior air-filled matrix hybrid structure composed of polyethylene and methyl diisocyanate, Noise Killer Roadbed was perfected over many years of trial and error by Rapido's own dedicated team of scienticians. You simply will not find a more sophisticated or technologically advanced way to put 5mm under your track. So let's get to work and cut ourselves off a strip. After cutting our roadbed to length, smear some white glue on the base and lay it over top. Hold it in place with push pins until it dries, giving it a couple of hours to be safe. For the track, apply some more white glue to the surface of the roadbed and lay the track down over top. Again, use push pins to secure it until dry. We'll carve up the foam a bit to get rid of that boring flat look. A wire wheel and a drill is effective but messy, so have a shop vac handy. Go outside if you can, but still use a shop vac. We only have one planet, man. We'll smooth things out with some drywall mud. Hey, it's what I had on hand. Plaster works too. This will also seal the foam, which is important when painting the track, as some paints will eat right through it, particularly in its carved up state. Now it's time to paint our track. Now there are any number of paint options out there, including Rapido's own line of proto paint. I'm not going to insult your intelligence or mine by suggesting that I have any airbrushing skills whatsoever. I'm about as proficient with an airbrush as I am with a hairbrush. So we're going to use a simpler method that in all seriousness will give you 80% of the look of weathered track without the need for an airbrush. A rattle can of super flat camouflage brown paint. Now there are a number of manufacturers that produce their own line of camouflage paint, and they're all more or less the same, so I can't really recommend one brand over another. As you can see, I've covered up this label with some electrical tape as to not play favorites. Because here at Rapido, we're not in the business of free advertising. You hear me, Russ? You gotta pay. Now, of course, it goes without saying that adequate ventilation and lung protection is an absolute must when working with spray paints and solvents, at least for non-medicinal use.
You can never play it too safe when it comes to your health.
Spray the track in a sweeping side-to-side motion, making sure to fully hit the sides of the rails and the tops of the ties. Do about 3 feet at a time and then go back and clean the rail heads with a scrap piece of foam. Allow everything to dry. No track work is complete without ballast, and that's what we're going to do next. Pour your ballast over the track and spread it out with a brush. Use your finger to clear away any stray pieces from the tops of the ties. Refine and shape the ballast to get the desired contours and then brush away any excess. Next, liberally soak everything with some 70% isopropyl alcohol. This will help the ballast suck up the glue and water mixture in the next step. Make a 50-50 mixture of white glue and water and apply it with an eyedropper until thoroughly saturated. Let it all dry for at least a day and then go back and pick off any errant pieces of ballast from the tops of the ties and the sides of the rails. Vacuum up the loose pieces. Now for some greenery. You can go as detailed as you want, but for this project, we're just going to do a rudimentary layer of scenery with ground foam. First, cover up your track with some masking tape to protect it. Then apply a coat of latex paint, something in the beige or tan family. A suitable color can often be found inexpensively in the reject paint section of many home improvement centers. While still wet, sprinkle on your foam in layers. We'll start with fine, then go coarse, and then we'll add some shrubbery. It's okay to get a little bit on the ballast because nature. Once things look the way you want, liberally spray on your water and glue mixture to secure it. Let it dry overnight. And there you go, a quick and dirty demonstration of the Rapido Noise Killer Roadbed. You got to learn something, and I have a new display diorama for some of my HO scale equipment. It's win-win. I've also added a quick fascia, this, to give it a bit more of a polished look. I just used some scrap baseboard I had lying around the house, and of course, as you can see, it's painted in the ubiquitous hunter green. This is the way. So what if you're not modeling a main line, but instead a sleepy branch line?
Like this.
Well, we also have a lower profile roadbed for just that. At only 3 millimeters high, it'll mimic the look of the more remote and/or lesser traveled lines that didn't require such robust engineering. I mean, what other model railroad companies are going to pay this kind of attention to detail? Don't answer that. That was a rhetorical question. So get your Noise Killer Roadbed today at www.rapidotrains.com or through your favorite dealer or hobby shop. Thanks for joining me today, and happy modeling. Rapido out. Wait a minute, I'm an N-scaler. Speaking of N-scale, we still have a limited number of GMD1s available on our website at www.rapidotrains.com. And if you type in coupon code GMD15, you'll get 15% off your order. Get them while you can.